Hi, I'm Kunali from Paper Tales by Kunali, and today, in continuation of our photo frame series that's ongoing, I'm going to teach you all another flower, and this is what we're going to learn today. So we've got different ways in which we can make these, and I'm going to teach you all how to get there. So let's start with what we need for this. We need our quilling tool, glue, tweezers and strips of paper. Now these papers, the ones which I'm going to be using, are shades of yellow. So I've come up with a few different shades of yellow. Some are darker, some are lighter, a little bit of green, and that's it. Let's start. As you can see, each petal or leaf segment or whatever you want to call it has 5 parts. So we are going to start with the centermost portion. Now once again, this depends on what size you want your leaf to be. So this one is fairly small. It's probably an inch tall and an inch wide. So the measurements which I'm going to be showing you all are for this particular leaf. Now you all can decide to change the height of this flower or the width of this flower, and for that you need probably less or longer strips, short or longer strips. So that you have to decide for yourself. Now to start with the centermost portion, what I've done is I've taken a strip of paper and I'll cut it in half. So each strip of mine measures 12 inches in length and 3.5 millimeters in width. So that is the measurement we're going with for this particular leaf. Now we have our 6-inch strip of paper, and what we're going to do is we're going to start quilling it. So now we've got 5 of our rolls ready. 2 are small, 1 is small, and the rest of the 4 are bigger, of 12 inches height. So since this center part is very tiny, we leave it at this, probably about 3/4 of a centimeter, and we'll stick it, apply a bit of glue. Tighten it with a tweezer so you know it's nice and strong. Leave it aside and continue the rest for these. These we leave at about a little longer than a centimeter, a little larger than a centimeter wide, about 12 millimeters in width, not more than that. So what you do is you tighten this and you put it on top over here and let it unfurl and hold on to these two, one on top of the other, and you'll get your desired size. Now these will be a little wider and these need to be a little smaller. So these we are going to leave a little smaller than 1 centimeter. Not a lot, about 8 millimeters wide. That's it. Press down, make sure it's stuck well. These will remain on the side, and this is how it's going to look. Now we'll start shaping them. So you take the smallest one, adjust, 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 and pinch it on both the sides. This is how it will look. For this one, adjust. This is over here where it's stuck. Fold it in half and make it into a moon shape. One will be an eye shape and the rest will be half moons. Now we're going to put them together. Once again, another important part in my quilling is that I cover them up with a darker shade. So I've got this lovely dark green color. So what I'll do is I'll apply glue, just a little, not a lot. Cut it off, and there we have it. Nice petal. Lovely segment is ready. Do this for the rest of them. Now we'll assemble these, we'll give them some shape and we'll assemble them. So we'll start, the center piece remains the same, exactly the same, and now we'll start shaping the sides. So for the sides, what you do first is you bend this towards yourself, the portion where you've stuck it, so that remains at the bottom, it doesn't show up on the top, and this done, and you bend this like this, like so. Now if this looks like it's a little bumpier, what you do is you push it downwards and flatten it. It's as simple as that. Like so. So it's going to fit like this. Same with this other side, and continue doing it for these two also. There we have it. Nice flower ready in just a few minutes. Now we'll stick all of these together. And I've chosen different colors, different lengths of paper specifically to give it an imperfect look. Not all your flowers need to be extremely perfect, because that's not how nature works. So give a little shade to your leaves, a little shade to your petals, a little shape, something different. That's what makes it all the more amazing. Continue pressing them together and pushing it together from the bottom, and this is how it's going to look. Really cool but different. Now you mesh these like so to create a more narrower flower. You can also use these in lieu of a lotus if you want to show a quilled lotus somewhere. This will look very gorgeous. You can just stick two round leaves over here and your lotus is done. So this is ready. You leave it aside to dry, because these just come off if they haven't dried well. So you leave this aside to dry and you work on the next portion of your step. So what we'll do is, say I have a green strip of paper, just a little portion left. It's about 4 inches in height, and what we'll do is we'll stick this together, but while sticking we'll add a little bit of color. So I'll add a darker green strip of paper over here. Actually just double it, and we'll stick these two together. So you put this down, hold this corner, and with your thin needle applicator apply glue. And what you do is you stick this strip on top. Stick it like so, press it down, make sure that all the excess glue is out. Now you fold it in half, and you're left with this V. Now what we'll do, is we'll stick these together and leave a little extra on the side, like so. You fold it like this, and now you apply glue all over. You apply glue on both the sides, right till the end. Stick these two pieces together, and this little V here, we're going to fit this right here. Now while it's still wet, I would suggest you give it shape. So if you want to give it a curved shape, you give it shape while it's still wet, while this glue is still wet. And that is how you create this lovely flower. And we've got this lovely green one right here. Now here what I've done is I've added a bit of extra color and excess. The center one which we'd made, I've just added them over here on the sides, and I've added these two little leaves over here. These are the ones which I've shown how to make the butterfly in. So it's the same one in green in color, and I've just stuck them on the sides. That's it. That's as simple, as simply created. Now there's another way in which you can arrange this. So we'll leave these aside and we'll work with 4 of these. So we've got 4 of these petals like so, and we can stick them like this. Really cool and really gorgeous. And we can make a bud over here, and we can stick it on top and make it an entire flower. Or you can use 3 of these petals and stick them like this. So it's upon you how you like your flower to be. It could be a 3-petaled flower, or it could be a 4-petaled flower, or it could be a 5-petaled flower. Once again, that's totally upon you. So now what we'll do is we'll create a bud for this. For the bud, let's take strips of dark green, light green and yellow. And what we do is all the 3 are 12 inches tall, so keep that in mind. Now what we'll do is we'll stack them one on top of the other. So you've got this one at the bottom, once again the darkest at the bottom, then the green. Now what we'll do, we'll stack them like so, and the yellow on top over here. Once again stacked a little above like this, and the bottom will look like this. Okay, let's fold it halfway. Leaving more on the bottom and less on the top, like so. So you're going to get 6 different segments like this. So you fold it in half and you take your tweezer and we'll start rolling it. So because this is too wide for our quilling tool might break, our needle might break, so that's the reason we use our tweezer. So you start rolling. Keep arranging them. Remove your tweezer and you arrange them like so. So this is what you're left with. Now at the bottom, this is what you're left with. So it's a lovely tapered ending. Now what we'll do is we'll apply glue at the ends, all of them. So the reason we stack them like this is because it has a lovely tapered ending over here and not this sudden, just stack of like 3 strips or 6 strips together. So it's nice and smooth. So it's beautiful and it doesn't show as bumpy on the ends, That's the reason I prefer to do it like this. This is one of my really good tips and tricks that I use. So this is how it's going to look really gorgeous on both the sides. You decide which side you all want to use. This is a little more yellow and this is a little more greener. So you decide. You can choose different colors. You can choose a shot of orange instead of the yellow which I have shown over here. You keep this like this. Make sure it's properly placed, and we'll apply glue at the bottom over here. Here there needs to be a goodly amount of glue. Don't skimp on the glue over here. Not a lot though, but just enough. That's it. Now we hold this like this and put it in the center. Now you press down. Make sure it's stuck well. Keep it pressed down for about 5 to 10 seconds to make sure it's stuck well. And there we have it, a lovely flower ready in just a few steps, and it looks really gorgeous. Now what you do is you put this in the palm of your hand. If you like it flat like this, leave it as it is, but I never like my flowers flat. So what I'll do is I'll put it in the palm of my hand and I'll press it down like so, giving it a lovely 3D effect. Keep pressing down on it for another 10 odd seconds. And there we have it, a lovely 3D flower ready in just a few steps. If you think this is too up, you just press down on it a little, not a lot, or it will go flat again, just a little to adjust how high you want your flower to be. So this is enough. This is perfectly fine. This is how it will look from behind and towards. It's gorgeous and ready so simply. Now this is what you can make from this style, and it's so pretty. And what you can do is, if you make a leaf, you can leave it like this, or you could put it on top over here as an extension. Shorten it a bit and put it like this, and your flower will have a lovely leaf to go along with it, which looks exactly the same. So I hope you like this idea, and I hope you give it a try. And we will meet next time for another fantastic video of how to quill a lovely photo frame step by step. So all of these things we're going to use in our actual photo frame, which we come up with at the end. I'm going to be teaching it how to make it from scratch with mount board. So do not miss this step either. So next time I'm going to come up with a lovely leaf. Until then, thank you for watching. Bye-bye. So as you can see, we've already finished 4 videos for our photo frame series. The lovely flowers to begin with, a cute butterfly, a lovely leaf frond, and this gorgeous flower. And now in the next video we're going to learn how to make another style of leaves, and watch on for that. And in the meantime, I also wanted to tell you all about this thing where I teach different styles of quilling. So this is something that I've made earlier, and I've made a lot of different styles of flowers and everything. So I'm also going to be starting my own subscription channel on YouTube, and you'll have to subscribe to watch what I show over there. So it's going to be a mix of lovely standalone projects and wall hangings, etc. And I'm going to be teaching even more different tips and tricks over there. So this is fairly simple stuff that I'm teaching over here, but that is going to be really interesting. So and I would be very thankful for your help and support. So bye bye, and see you next time.